Hi, and welcome to this video on the Best of XAT series. We have a very nice question here which is based on the concept of series. So what you can do is, you can have a look at the question, try out the solution on your own and then have a look at the solution that will follow. If you are going to take the XAT and are wondering what exactly to do over the next few days, we have a very special video for you in which we have discussed the pattern of the test, the sectional cutoffs, the preparation strategy and the attempt strategy. You can visit the video by clicking on the I button above or from the link in the description box below. Happy learning! In this question, what is happening is, when opening his fruit shop for a day, a shopkeeper found that his stock of apples could be perfectly arranged in a complete triangular array. So that entire thing that we have here is a triangular array. Now what is happening is, during any sales transaction, apples are always picked from the uppermost row. So if you have an array of, let's say, 6 apples, 1, 2, 3, then whenever the first customer comes and let's say that customer wants to get only one apple, that person will take the topmost apple and will go away. When someone comes later and wants to buy, let's say, another apple, then that person will pick something from the topmost row that is visible. Now on one day what is happening is, one customer walked in the middle of the day and she found an incomplete array. So incomplete array essentially does not mean that the line is incomplete. It basically means that it is not a completely formed triangle. From this incomplete array, she basically takes some apples or whatever happens later. But what she sees is this incomplete array has 126 apples in total. Now we have to figure out how many rows of apples were seen by this customer. It's a very important question. How many apples or how many rows of apples were seen by this customer? We also know that the initial stock did not exceed 150 apples. So we know that bit. Now what we can do in this context is, we know that because there is a triangular array and if there are n such rows that are present, then how many apples will be present in total? So the topmost layer will have 1 apple, the second from the top layer will have 2 apples, then 3 apples, 4 apples, 5 apples and so on till the time you reach the nth row which will have n apples. So in total, if you look at the number of apples that are present, it's going to be 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on till the time you reach n, considering that there are n rows. So what will be the number of apples here? It will be n into n plus 1 by 2, which is the sum of the first n natural numbers. We know that when this customer walked in the middle of the day, she could see 126 apples in total. And that was after some people had taken some of the apples from the top so many rows. So we can say that the total number of apples in the original triangular array should have been greater than or equal to 126. So n into n plus 1 by 2 should be greater than or equal to 126, or we can say that n into n plus 1 should be greater than or equal to 252. Now we know that n into n plus 1 is nothing but n square plus n greater than or equal to 252, and so we need to find some n such that whenever you add n square to n, we get a number greater than 252. So again, if you look at the usual suspects, let's say for example you put n equal to 15. So 15 square plus 15 will be 225 plus 15 or 240, not greater than 252. 16 square plus 16 if you do, you will end up with 16 square, that is 256, plus 16, that is 272, which is definitely greater than 252. Now that satisfies this particular inequality. What if you put n equal to 17? If you put n equal to 17, you will see that the total number of apples that would have been present would become 17 into 18 divided by 2 or 17 into 9, which is going to be 153. But the number of apples were not greater than 150. So we can safely say that 17 cannot be the number of rows that would have been present. So that leaves us with only one value for n, which is 16. So we can safely say that n would have been equal to 16, or in other words, there would have been a total of 16 rows that would have been present. Now how many apples would have been present in total if there were 16 rows? Again we can do n into n plus 1 by 2, or we can say 16 into 17 by 2. Now 2 8s are 16, and so we can say that 17 into 8 will be 136. This 136 is nothing but the total number of apples that were present at the beginning of the day. But when this customer visited, she could see only 126 apples, which means that 10 apples would have been taken away by the customers who preceded this customer that we are talking about. And we know that people start picking from the top. So if someone would have picked the first apple, then someone would have picked, let's say, 2 apples, then 3 apples, then 4 apples. The top 4 rows would have gone by the time this customer visited this particular outlet. And so we can say that we started with 16 rows in total, out of which 4 rows were taken away by the customers who preceded this particular customer. And so we can say that the number of rows that remained when this customer visited the shop would have been 16 minus 4 that went away, and so the correct answer has to be option 4 or 12. So I hope you are able to understand the question and you would be able to apply it in a better manner going ahead. If you have any doubts or queries regarding the test or this particular question, feel free to comment in the section below. Happy learning.